Guys, welcome back to Prem Talk. Yet another video, and took a while for this one to prepare, just to get up the things that I wanted to say. But this time I decided to, as you know, last week was a celebratory week for Chelsea Football Club, celebrating our achievements of the previous season, both men's and women's. So, and the boys were also back in the course of last week. So, over the weekend, we did have two friendly games that we had to clog up together, simply because of how late we went into the closing of our season, and then now the 3 week break, and then just coming in at the start of last week. But then over the weekend, that is from Friday, we did have our first of two friendly games, which was against Leverkusen. And then on Sunday, we did play AC Milan. Both games were at Stamford Bridge. So, what I decided to do was have uh, a look at both games, and then I'll come afterwards and just talk about some of the interesting things here that we got to see from the two games, and a couple of similarities here and there, some bit of good, some bit of bad that still needs to be worked on. So this is what this video is for today. For starters, I am going to first talk about the first point that we did notice from both games, and what I like to call the topic of Brazilian magic. It feels a while for me, because it's been long since we had some guys who have flair in the team. We've really been struggling with that on that front. Of course, that's aside from Cole Palmer. At least now he has a few partners in crime, not just one or two, but he has a few partners in crime, people who are on a similar or close to same wavelength, people who have enough quality to produce for the team. And it's really wonderful, really, really wonderful to see. This magic that I keep calling about is simply coming from generally from two chief Brazilian players in there, in a young Estevao Willian, and in a very relatively young but super experienced Joao Pedro. I did do a video sometime around a month or two ago when Joao Pedro signed, and I remember I titled the video Joao the Master Key, and it's simply because indeed he is the master key. His style of play enables and brings out the best in everyone else in the team. Whenever he's there, Cole Palmer comes alive, the wingers come alive, and because that is simply because he will drop deep. He doesn't rush back into the box once he's dropped. He goes back in, he comes out, he plays, then goes back in. He's a physical beast, and a nuisance, a very, very huge nuisance in the box. And ever since we signed him, I think he has played 5 games. Uh, all throughout, I have literally seen uh, a, the Joao Pedro that we did see in Brighton under the Roberto De Zerbi. Yes, that's the Joao Pedro that I am currently seeing at the moment. Enzo Maresca has done a bit of a similar thing with him, and here it's simply because there's freedom. He drops and he's free to ghost back in or pick up different spots in the box, outside the box. His intelligence is really, really high, and the technical ability is beyond levels. Uh, this is really, really huge for us because uh, realistically, it is very difficult to find someone who's very similar to Nico Jackson in terms of his link up play, the physical nature, able to deal and handle with the defenders by himself up top, but also have the capabilities of dropping deep and linking up the play, playing with his teammates, moving around, and all that. So, Joao Pedro indeed has saved lives, has really, really saved lives. And it's really wonderful to see the link up between him and Cole Palmer was instant from the moment that he joined the group. You could see the connection immediately building up from the first game that he played, came on as a sub, I think, against Palmeiras. And it was really wonderful to see the kind of impact that he was already having onto the team. And speaking of Brazilian magic, we have to talk about Estevao or Estevao. He is a really, really wonderful player. And what's even encouraging is the fact that as young as he is, he comes in. His first game, I believe, was on the Friday when he started, and it's as if he had been playing all throughout last season or from the start of Enzo Maresca's Chelsea tenure, because he slotted in perfectly like a glove. And the link up already between him and Palmer was really wonderful. And all this is just being simplified by the mere fact that Enzo Maresca has now created a system in which new players do not need to take time to adapt into the starting 11 or into the squad, simply because you come into the team and you're given a position, you're given your roles, and it's super easy for them to come in and do their job. It's actually been the case with every other signing, but for this time, let's continue to give some love, of course, to Estevao Willian. He has done really well. His dribbling skills are just out of this world, and whenever he plays with a smile on his face. You could see him enjoying his game, enjoying his football. uh, it's as if he's playing around just with his friends in the park. He is our player, and he's going to be a huge, huge, huge help for us this season. Uh, the beauty of it is that he's versatile, can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play as a 10, so the flexibility is always there. And with such players with technical ability and all that, you need a striker that is of the vibe of Joao Pedro, because he is able to understand which positions to pick up to help out his teammates, and even make runs to create space for his teammates, as has already been illustrated in the Club World Cup final against PSG by generally his run creating the space for Cole Palmer's second goal. We have got a squad of very technical, high level technical players, and who are able to pick up different spots, able to play in different positions, and the system just allows them, because it is now more fluid up top and generally all over the pitch. There are times you'll be seeing centre backs in midfield. There are times you'll be seeing Pedro Neto tracking all the way back, getting into left back spots, as Kukurea has flown all the way to press a person. So it's really wonderful system. We are really enjoying ourselves right now, and all that. That's just, it's given me more encouragement going into the season. A bit, if I talk about the game on, was it on Sunday? That was AC Milan. Liam Delap came alive. Of course, apart from Joao Pedro getting another goal, Liam Delap came alive in that game. He showed his skills, and it just reminds you of having we have in there two strikers who, one is a physical specimen, loves to battle with the defenders, loves to score goals. He's different dynamic to Joao Pedro, but best way to say this is that imagine starting a game as a defender you have faced being chased around, chasing around Joao Pedro all over the pitch, and around the 60th, 70th minute, he's subbed off, and on comes Liam Delap, who will give you a tough battle, who'll be there to hold up the ball. He'll be there to, spread out the play, of course. But he's very ruthless in the box. Can He loves a cross into the box, and he's generally a very physical striker. I believe like we've missed such a profile of striker in the sense of similar to what Diego Costa was doing for us some time back. So it's really wonderful to have this dynamic. And in that Leverkusen game, Delap did get his 2 goals to join up with Joao Pedro getting another goal, and a Reece James free kick that was put into his own net by the defender. So uh, we are really having a really wonderful time as Chelsea, and the season is up and approaching. And just by this, I've seen enough to declare that we are in this title race and we could actually win it. It's really wonderful to have, a different dynamic of players in the attacking positions. On the striker front, we've already spoken about Liam Delap and Joao Pedro. On the wings, you could have, the skill and flair of Estevao Willian, or you could have the, experience and very dangerous Pedro Neto, who stood the test of time in the Premier League already, had about 4 or 5 years in Wolves, still, of course, relatively young for him too. And then on the left side, the pace and trickery in there of Jamie Bino Gittens. So it's really wonderful to see. Although I must say that one thing that I also did learn over the weekend is the fact that we still do need more depth in attack, and hence it goes back to why we are in the market for Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons, so that they can come in and beef up the attack. In all these scenarios that I am looking at, in no way, shape, or form am I having Tyrick George in the squad for Chelsea Football Club in a season where we will be competing for Champions League, Premier League, and the domestic trophies. So Tyrick George has to either go on loan or realistically a permanent sale, because uh, if we are to microscopically look at things, is the fact that he has no space in the squad left, uh, even for the upcoming future, because as we all know, next season Giovanni Kenda will be also joining the team, so that will even add more competition. And once already this season, when Xavi Simons, fingers crossed, and Alejandro Garnacho both come into the squad, then Tyrick George minutes are going to be reduced. So uh, he has to go out and get to continue his development and get some regular football on into his legs. So uh, that's the one lesson that I did learn over the weekend. The one key lesson that we still do need more, and of course the added factor of we indeed look scary in attack. We look very very scary in attack and are very ready to attack the season. And it's even given me much hope that the fact that we could actually win this thing this season, also added on top of the fact that during the week I was also watching our rival teams, your cities, Liverpool, especially Liverpool and Arsenal, and I did notice that the fact that they both do have their own weaknesses. Of course, same to us, but it's all about who's able to mask out their weaknesses and bring out their strengths more. So I do trust that it will be a very competitive race, and we could actually get to on top and win this thing this season. So up the Chelsea, let's go into the season with the full belief that we could actually win this thing. So thank you guys for watching. That's been the video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.